If I were a boy, even just for a day, I'd roll out of bed in the morning and throw on what I wanted and go drink beer with the guys and chase after girls. I'd kick it with who I wanted, and I'd never get confronted for it, 'cause they stick up for me. If I were a boy, I think I could understand how it feels to love a girl. I swear I'd be a better man.
Chris, what an inspiring Sundance this has been so far, and here we are, Dave Bohr, outside the ASCAP Lounge, and I'm telling you, what Antonique did in there is nothing short than inspiring. You came on yesterday, but you own the room, you own the stage, everything about you, your presence, your music is just phenomenal.
Thank you so much. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you so much.
Where else would we want to be?
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
You are so special when you get on the stage. Your aura, you are born to be a star. It's in your nature. I just have to ask you, when you're singing, because to me it feels like you're singing to the universe, but yet your eyes connect to every single individual out there. It's amazing.
That's my favorite part, is connecting with the people. Yeah.
The windows to the soul.
Connection, the windows to the soul.
You're absolutely right, because you can feel,
Feel them.
you 100. Yes, I can see it. I'm watching you, and I'm trying to watch everybody out there, and I can see every individual thinks you're singing right to them. Really, it's incredible.
That is so sweet.
Are you now, when you're coming up and you're learning for our young aspiring artists, is that something that you are taught? Is that natural? Because it's so interesting.
Yeah, it was. So I grew up singing in church. That was like really where the next level of, honing of the skills came from, is just singing to God. And there's a connection, when you're singing with God, but you're singing with other people in a choir. It's like there's a unity, there's a community there, and there's a lot of emotion there. And so I guess maybe just from the connection of being with other singers in a choir like that for so long, and then I started doing solos and everything. It worked that great. My first few solos didn't go that well because, like I told you, I had to pray for God to give me the voice. It took a few years. But at some point, I think the unity of starting with the choir ended up kind of oozing out to me wanting to stay connected. So now even when I'm on stage by myself, I still want to connect as if I know everybody else isn't singing with me, but I want to feel like we're all together.
Well, I mentioned windows to the soul, and I really mean that. You're channeling. Next to God, who created everything, we as creators are doing that. We're channeling this energy, right?
Made in His image. He's a creator. That's creator.
We're all one. Yeah, that's right. We are.
Now, what's beautiful is your relationship with Toby is fantastic. It's amazing, your long-term relationship. I just love to hear more about how you guys met.
Oh man, so we met through a mutual friend in 2002.
Okay.
He had just been in the country for a couple years. He was in New York, living in New York, and I was just starting out on Broadway, and he was doing music, and he had his little kind of studio apartment, and it was real. He wasn't famous. I wasn't. We were trying to make it. We were on the come up, and so it's been really wonderful seeing his journey of, the guy who nobody knew initially when he first got to the United States to the guy who everybody wants to work with because he has so many hits. Hits after hits. We only sing a couple of them today. He has so many hits. He's amazing, and he's a sweetheart, and we're like family.
No, you can tell. You can tell the relationship, the respect you have for each other. I love seeing that. And what I love to notice, you've mentioned yourself, Toby, your careers speak for themselves at this point. But at the beginning, like you said, no one knew who you were, who he was now. And look at the relationship that was built through the years. So every listener, be inspired. Like you said yesterday, do not give up your passion.
Never give up.
I love how you both just went after it. And he mentioned how he would ask. It says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
So
twice you might not get it right. If you don't knock, the door might not open. So you have to get after it. You have to want it, and then you got to go do it.
You're 100% right. And talking about getting after it and getting out there and doing it, not only have you impacted the world through your music, but now you are spearheading a very important movement that's going to change the world. I can't wait to tell everybody about this because this is what it's all about. It's so amazing.
Thank you so much. Yes, this movement that you're talking about is called Climate Revival. I'm CEO and co-founder. You got to hear my amazing co-founder speak a little bit on the stage today. Isn't he amazing? 4 minutes here. Look, that's what he does. You know how about Obama hit that shot? That's what he does. He makes everybody cry.
Tony K. Bambara said, the role of the artist is to make the revolution irresistible. And as Antonique said, last year I was named one of Forbes 50 people to save the planet and even Sundance, and I was a climate hero. But I would trade all that in if we could change our direction on this climate crisis. I would trade all that in for those now who are suffering from the fires in Los Angeles, those who have lost instruments have burned, and pianos and manuscripts and songs have been burned. I would trade all that in. I would trade all that in for Asheville, North Carolina to be still here.
He is a climate champion. I mean, that's what Obama called him, a climate champion. Forbes calls him a top sustainability leader, and he has so many other things that he's done over the years. And he's helped so many people. He's changed so many lives. And so it's been life-changing for me to build an organization with him. He's my co-founder. It's such an honor, actually, because everybody would love to co-found an organization with Rev. So I'm lucky. But I've been in this movement for 10 years, and last year I just felt like I wanted to do more. What more can I do? Where's the holes? And so we had a discussion. He's my best friend, so we were just talking like what could we do? What should we do? And we found that people of faith and people of color were just not quite getting touched. They did not understand fully the truth of what's happening. Like for me, a little over 10 years ago when I joined the movement, I didn't know anything about climate change except polar bears and ice glaciers. And I'm from East Orange, New Jersey, and I ain't seen no polar bear or no ice glacier. So I was like, doesn't feel real relevant, doesn't feel urgent. And, you know, actually Rev was the one who, like 11 years ago, was just like, no, Superstorm Sandy was because of climate change. Those power plants on the turnpike where you live in New Jersey, it's killing people. It's giving them cancer and asthma. And I was like, wait a minute now. My aunt lives by that power plant. She has breast cancer. Wait a minute now. Hold up now, my sister. And it just hit home that it's not just about solar panels and wind farms and recycling. Yeah, those things are important. That it is a part of it, but that's not the foundation of it. The fossil fuel companies who are making record profits, record billions of profits, y'all, every single year, are also getting tax breaks and subsidies. That money should be going to our communities, to educate our children, to build up, you know, just everything we need. I mean, it's infrastructure, streets, all kinds of things in every community. I mean, I think about East Orange, and there's so many things that in fact, just last December, 90-something people got let go in the East Orange school. Teachers got let go in our school district because they were just out of money.
Wow. Yeah.
So that $20 billion that are going to people who are already making record trillions a year, that should be going to our communities. And it's honestly communities of color and poor communities that are dying from cancer and asthma at record rates. We go to a place called Cancer Alley in Louisiana. Have y'all ever heard of Cancer Alley?
No.
So many people, this is why I would like to talk about it. So many people have never heard of Cancer Alley. It's an 85-mile stretch of land between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And there's a 95% cancer rate because there's over 200 petrochemical factories just right where people live for 85 miles. And people are dying. And nobody even really knows about it. And it's crazy. These are human beings. These are humans, God's creations. Human beings, right? So in this country, this great country, it shouldn't be allowed for us to be suffering like this. It's just wrong. And it's not just Cancer Alley, it's cancer clusters all over the country, including our beautiful state of New Jersey. I know y'all are Jersey in the house. You know, my best friend died of breast cancer from a cancer cluster in Oakland. I mean, there's just cancer clusters everywhere. And it's not right. It's just wrong. And so that's part of why I'm so passionate about this fight. It's why I needed to make Climate Revival with Rev, because I just felt like we got to do more. Like with Asheville had just gotten washed away. With people in Mecca, 1,000 people died of heat. They were just doing their pilgrimage that they always do, just walking. They were just walking, 126 degrees, and 1,000 people dropped dead in the streets. So that kind of stuff was like, no, no, no. We are not just gonna sit around and let this happen in our world. Look, my song, it's our world. And God made this beautiful world. He put these beautiful people. Y'all are so beautiful. And we have to take care of each other. We have to keep each other safe. So that's what Climate Revival was doing. We've been going to church. We did a little church tour last year, and Red was preaching, and I sang beautiful gospel songs and stuff. But we also talk about, I get to talk a little bit about what I just told y'all at the service. And people are moved, and then they're like, what can we do? What do we do? And so we're really just trying to mobilize people, inspire people, inform people so that they know that the connection that people miss, because we hear about climate change on the news now because of the weather.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about it now, finally. But what they're not saying is it's being caused by fossil fuel pollution. Nobody's making that connection. It just seems like, oh, Mother Nature's tripping. No, Mother Nature's not just tripping. There is a reason, and it's because we are polluting the planet, and that's why we're sick. And if we can we're not killing no birds, but if we can solve two problems at once. If we can get rid of the pollution, then it saves our health. No more cancer and asthma all over the place. And then Mother Nature won't be booting us off the planet. So our existence and our health is completely in jeopardy right now.
I have to say, you taught me so much in a few minutes. And thank God there's people like you and Red, beautiful people. Like, it spread this message of awareness that people now are aware of what they need to do, how they can take part and take action on this beautiful.
Yes, take action, y'all. It's going to take all of us together, unifying. That's why I love this song so much. It's neutral. It doesn't talk about climate change or fossil fuel pollution. It's not talking about kind of the nitty gritty stuff. It's just a beautiful way to bring us together with something that we agree on, which is the world is beautiful, we're beautiful, let's keep it safe. That's so neutral, right? It's so neutral.
We all have
one thing to have in common. So I pray that helps spark a unity around the world that we can get behind, because this is going to take the whole world.
It will, 100%. And what's beautiful is that you're using your platform. You build a career, you have the exposure, and you're using that to better the planet. That is incredible. Now, for our listeners that are watching or listening on iHeart, how can we join this movement? Because I'm motivated. How can people sign up? How can we get involved?
Thank you. Well, there's so many ways. So you can follow Climate Revival, climaterevival.org, or you can go to our Instagram at Climate Revival. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow Rev Yearwood on Instagram. He has an organization, a wonderful organization called the Hip Hop Caucus. They're doing a lot of work too, guys. So just find an organization like Climate Revival that you just want to link up with and start to do the things that they're suggesting that we do. Because everybody has activations. Like, okay, what do we need people? What do we need people to do? But yeah, linking up with an organization and kind of joining and becoming, a member where whatever they're saying we need to do is something that you're jumping behind.
No, that's fantastic. We will make sure to have descriptions and all the links below on all of our podcast platforms, along with YouTube, Blossom TV, Red Coral. You can see the video there. Antonique, the best thing about you is that you are not just an inspiring musician, artist, somebody who's amazing, but you as a human being you just motivate me. You're inspiring. Your energy, the person that you are, is so good, and what you're doing for this universe.
Thank you so much.
The world's a better place because of you. Really, it is. You are so inspiring. Thank you so much for coming on. We cannot wait to support your movement. We'll have all the links out there. Thank you again so much. You are an inspiration. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, guys.